I have had a very hard time recently sharing the gospel and sharing my faith. And I wanted to share as to why that is and hopefully help somebody out there relate who is in the same kind of spot in life. I've been struggling to share my faith because I don't feel like I'm a good representative of Christ. Now, none of us are. None of us are good. I mean, it says that in the Bible, none of us are good. Not one. And so, but I struggle because I feel, even though I'm not a worldly person, I struggle with feeling like I'm a good representative of God and that I'm being set apart and that I'm looking set apart and that I'm actually like not just like looking but also being, because like you also don't want to be shallow, you want to be genuine. But the best way to do that is by being good and by doing the things that require internal motivation, not external motivation. Kind of have to look within you and focus on the small things and improving the small things that a lot of people aren't going to see, that aren't going to look good to other people. That's internal motivation. That's what internal motivation is. It's doing the small habits internally motivated, because if they were externally motivated, you wouldn't do them because they just don't look cool. They don't look good. I still struggle very often, and I'm very open about that. Self-improvement on a consistent basis and following God. Those two things are very, very easy when life is simple, when you have order to your life, when you have structure, when you have, when it's just a simple life, when you're by yourself, when you're not responsible for other people or other things, and you're able to really dial in and focus on your ministry, your purpose, your focus, your job, your career, whatever it is. It's easier to focus in on that entirely and become great and do great things and help people. It's easy to do that when you have less to worry about, less other things on the side. And that's the approach I wanted to take in my life. 2 years ago, I got saved and I became on fire for God, and I really wanted to make an impact. And last year, 2024, I guess 2025 now, how crazy is that? I was about to say this year. Last year, I met my fiance and I knew that she was the one. I knew God. I knew it was just all 100% God. There's no way I would have met her otherwise. And so with that knowledge, I moved down out of my hometown, down here with her in another city, in a new place, a lot more responsibilities. A lot of things went wrong when I was moving over, and a lot of spiritual warfare, a lot of hard things. And now this is just a normal life, but like I have a lot more to worry about. I have a lot more to be anxious about, more to stress about, is she okay? Is she going to be good? It's the small things too. It's things that I would never blame her for, right? And so there's a lot of times where other things have to take priority. And I've taken a totally different approach to life recently, and I've gotten very unconventional. I've gotten very I've gone through some struggles. I've gone through hard times trying to figure this stuff out. A lot of decision fatigue, a lot of just mental fatigue. I get reckless, and I'm more susceptible to the attacks from the enemy. I'm more susceptible to other bondages and struggles in life. That makes it very easy for the devil to come in and make his little spots and his little spots of control in your life. And I've done my best to reverse that, but I'm gonna be honest, I still struggle. It might not be the very upfront, like obvious sins that we all talk about, lust, gluttony. Like it might not be the upfront surface level of those sins, but it's like the small ways. And I genuinely feel like I'm a bad representative a lot of the times. And I don't know how to be better. And this is a big part of that I don't know how to fix this. I actually don't know how to find the solution for this, but I feel like I'm not cool or looked highly upon, or like nobody really looks up to me enough for me to be a representative of God to share the faith. Because if I share my faith and somebody hears me but they don't respect me because of this or that, or because I'm not like them, so I'm not a good representative, I'm not a good person specifically to reach them. So I'm scared of the fact that I will be repelling them away from God and the faith because they don't look up highly upon me. They don't look at me with like respect and reverence, or they don't look at me with relatability, or they don't understand me, or they don't like me for whatever reason. They're going to be less likely then to like God when I talk about God. And it's just like subconscious things. It's like it might not even be the fact that they dislike me actively, but the fact that they subconsciously just don't like me for some reason because of something I do or something I say. Or how am I going to share my faith with my coworker if he secretly hates me, or if he secretly has something against me, or if he just doesn't really respect me that much, or if he doesn't like look up to me as like, I don't know, an older brother figure or something. Like, how am I supposed to share my faith with him? He's not going to take what I'm saying and respect it at all. It's the same reason why you don't share your faith with your mother or your father or your older sibling, because they just don't respect you. They're not going to take what you're saying into consideration unless they are humble and unless they are actually open to it, which not many people are. And so then you're just kind of hoping for the best, and it's like, it's hard. it's hard to show your faith when you like have these things in your head that you're thinking about, like, oh, this person doesn't like me, or this person might not respect me, or this person kind of looks down upon me, or maybe I'm not like a good figure to them. And so that's why like I want to self-improve. That's why like I want to improve myself, because then people will at least objectively look at me with more honor and respect. I want to be a higher value man so that other men look up to me, and so that other men actually respect me and hear what I have to say. It's almost like a sin. This is crazy. It's almost a sin in of itself to not become a high value man, because you're turning people away from the gospel by being a low value man, or being just an average man that people don't really care what you have to say. I want to be a high value man. I want to be a man of honor. I want to grow my muscles. I want to eat healthy so I have a clear mind and I speak concisely. I want to have a clean diet so that I'm mentally sound and that I can like actually speak coherently, but also like get my message across. I want to learn humbleness. I want to learn to slow down in life so that I can have more patience, so that I can have more intentionality, but also like very slow mannerisms, very slow way of speaking, but like an effective way of speaking. That's what I want. I want to work on these things. I want to work on my mental health. I want to work on my trauma, my deep childhood trauma that I have from my childhood. I want to work on my depression, my anxiety levels, because the last year or so, yes, I improved it a lot before last year. I improved it a lot before last year on self-improvement and with God and coming to God. But right after that, I started struggling again, and it's like up and down for the past year, because life has just been so crazy and I've been very unstable. And so I have high points and then I get low points, and then I sabotage and I go back up and down. And the point is, it's hard to share my faith because I feel like people don't look highly upon me. I feel like I'm not a good representative and that I can be better. I know it's not an excuse. I need to share the faith. I need to share what literally saved my life, what literally gave me salvation, what literally gave me peace, love, joy, contentment. I know that God is the source of all of those things. I know that without God and God's ways of life and his attributes and his things that he is of, without his traits, I know I will never be happy. I will never be content. That's why even unbelievers sometimes are happy, because they're following God's ways without following God. And so I want to follow God, and I want to do his ways, and I want to live his way, and I want to do that to the deepest, most inner, like complicated, like complex, like highest level. I just want to live this life, this journey, this self-improvement journey, this journey with God. I want to live it with more intentionality, less distractions. I want to be able to go deeper and slow down again, and slow down even more, and just be able to slow down in life in a meditative like state of mind, a meditative aura to myself. I want to have that, and I want to really dig deep into the things of God. But it's so hard when you're living in the world. It's so hard when you don't have time, when you get distracted, when you have work, when you have this job and that job and this thing and this responsibility and your fiance and your cat and even if you have children someday. Like, how do you balance that with children? I don't understand that. I don't understand how people do it. How do you balance all of it? Now, I know there's ways that I can improve. I know there's ways I could do better. I know if I journaled a lot, I'd probably have a lot less intrusive and negative thoughts about it. Journaling is a great habit, and then being reflective on those thoughts and then rejecting the negative thoughts. I know I can do all these little things, and that's all very good, but very easy to sabotage. It's very easy to fall in this trap. But if this video is relatable to you, watch some of my other videos. I believe they will help you as well. But I love you all, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.